Hey, good morning, Kiki. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Hey, all right.
God bless you.
Hey, God bless you also, brother. Hey, I really appreciate, man. Over the years, I know you've stepped up since your arrival here, and you've been active in our community and reaching out to the kids. What actually made you start to do that, man? What touched you in your heart to make you decide to give up a part of yourself to give back to kids you don't even know?
I went to jail in 1990 for a manslaughter case, and the guy that was killed, he was holding his kid, and he got shot in the head. And I found out in '98 on this term, I did 3.5 and got off for that. But I found out since I've been locked up this time, I met this guy was dating the girl that my victim used to go with, and he told me the kid was mentally retarded. So the first thing I had to do was stop banging, and a lot of my friends, they didn't like that. They didn't respect that.
So you
gave up.
Banging inside?
Yes, 1998, New Folsom.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found out that kid was mentally retarded, it messed me up. Even though I didn't pull the trigger, it's just that my co-defendant, the way he killed him, he walked up in the hamburger stand and shot him in the head and killed him. So, I started having night sweats and, bad dreams of what happened and things like that. And I said, I gotta do something. But in these other prisons, nothing changed. It's just every day, being locked up. So when I got here, Burnell Critton from Real Choices, he asked me, will I help him with kids? So I started.
How did he learn about you? Or how did he learn?
I just asked him that I would like to talk to kids and their parents. And I showed some pictures to some of the kids, and he was like, man, what is you showing them pictures for? Is you glamorizing that you was in a gang? I said, well, when we get the education, just let me show you what I have. So I showed him all the people that's dead, who's in a wheelchair, and who's in prison, and how me and my brother end up in prison.
Do you have some of that? Can you show me?
Yes. Like these calendars right here. These are calendars. This is the calendar that we did for Snoop Dogg, Warren G, and Nate Dogg. I'm in this one right here. And I want all the kids all over the world to stop the violence. But the back of here is different people that live different lifestyles in the gangs, whatever. For example, he lost 2 of his brothers. She lost 1 of her brothers. This was my victim, little brother right here. That's little half dead, but big half dead, rest in peace. That's who it was. He got life. They sister got life for murder robbery. She died gang related. Ace Capone lost his brother Fred, dog, may his soul rest in peace. Green Eye Lily, he died gang related. Lil Rick, dog, he got 3 strikes for getting caught with a weapon. And Do Dirty right here, he died gang related. And when I showed him this in the pictures.
Why are all these people on a calendar?
Well,
what's the purpose of placing these people on a calendar?
Well, because we want to stop the violence in our neighborhood. So Snoop Dogg asked us, won't we stop the violence, and we'll let Tray Dee in the dog pound, man, won't we get it back the way it used to be? Because when we was growing up, it wasn't shootings, it was fightings and things like that. But, the cocaine hit the scene and different people started doing different things, and it just messed our community up. So when Snoop Dogg got big, it was different people knew how to rap, and they knew Tray Dee knew how to rap real good. And they was like, man, we need to quit killing each other. We need to build our community. And that's what we did. And we did this calendar, and all the gangs came together.
And I guess it tells it there, huh?
Yeah, stop gang violence. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to show my presentation to all over the world and show these youths, if you're not careful, what can happen to them. They can end up in jail, they can end up in a wheelchair, or they can end up in here for the rest of their life. It's that simple, either on a life installment or life, especially with the new laws they have today.
Tell me this, in your experience, have you known anybody to be successful in the gang lifestyle?
It's a few that I can probably count on one hand that made a lot of money and they invested their money in something and just left it alone altogether. But a lot of the guys that made the money, they end up blowing it on a lawyer and being taken care of while they was in jail. Then once they got out, they had all these I ain't gots.
And so essentially, they didn't make it.
No, not like how you living today.
And you're talking about, on one hand, the guys who may have had some type of success but ended up losing it, whereas you're talking about hundreds or thousands of other people who you probably know.
No, they've been in and out of jail. Some of them ended up on drugs. Some of them ended up alcoholics. A lot of my homegirls end up being prostitutes and things of that nature. And it hurts me because I've been in here 18 years now, and even some of my friends is pulling up today. Some of the dudes that was having money, now they strung out. When back then, a lot of the people that strung out on drugs today, they're living good. And another thing that's cool is these churches is helping people out there. I'm not out there, but it's just, hand-me-downs I've been getting.
Well, I think old people used to have a lot of adages, you know what I mean? They have these little statements. I remember my grandmother years ago saying that, one of her favorite lines that she threw out there was that you can't do wrong and expect good or right to come back to you. And I think that's just kind of an example of that.
I agree. 100%. From this day forward, long as they have me housed here, I'm letting you know that I'm going to continue living right. All the new guys that I know from the past, if they don't want to go to church, I'm letting them know, hey, get in these programs. A lot of them is itching right now to go to college. You got Crips and Bloods living with each other. You got Crips and Bloods in the churches, hugs and handshakes. You got dudes that live up this way in the Bay Area. Everybody is getting along. So I'm praying when this movie come out that this make people out there want to do the same. Because it don't matter what's going on out there, when you come in here, it's the opposite. So if we can get along in here, we can get along out there.
I think that's a very, very profound message, in that, throughout all the chaos in the street and hating people and not being able to go to one block to the next or whatever the case may be, that, you get to a place like San Quentin where people have, realized better, and that people who couldn't walk next to each other without there being drama, that they're able to come here and, like you say, almost be kumbaya with each other, let all that stuff go and realize the man for the man and not the color of the rag that he wears.
Yes, well, I'm thankful to this prison, because if it wasn't for these groups and the murder parents and different victims coming here speaking to me, I wouldn't have had a change of heart. I still would have been, kind of seesawing back and forth, and, if something happened on the yard, man, go see what's up and all that. I just left everything alone, cold turkey, and a lot of my friends that come here now, I'm glad that they've been hearing about it and respect my change.
And so you really understand the impact that violence and crime has on, not just that individual, but the people that surround that person who was impacted by that crime?
Yeah, it took me to listen to the Ortiz family, the Healing Circle, Vogue, different groups like that, where people came in, hey, my daughter got killed, or I was at a light and I got shot in the head, and I hate prisoners for this reason and this reason. And then when we talked back and forth, it was just a trip that they respect us now, and now they keep coming in here learning. Mm-hmm. And I'm praying that make other people look at us different. Instead of looking at us, leave them in there and throw away the key.
Well, I think the bottom line is it's about those people who in the healing circle that you mentioned, when they come inside, although, they've been hurt, not necessarily by you, but, somebody else in blue or orange or whatever situation they are in incarceration, that once those individuals come inside, even though they've suffered a loss, that they're able to get some healing. To eventually to not see you guys in totality as a monster, but to see the man for the man.
Yes. Like I said, I appreciate you showing up, and I appreciate that you respect that I have been helping these kids and the things I've been doing around here. It means a lot.
There's no doubt in my mind, man, that when someone has turned the page and they're doing right and they're definitely trying to help somebody outside of these walls, and whatever capacity that you can, but to reach back and to prevent a little guy or a little girl from essentially walking down the same path that you've walked, that has to be commended, and I definitely do commend you for that. There are many guys who have similar stories or have the ability to do what you do, but they haven't crossed that bridge, so to say, and they're, for whatever their own reasons are. But to have you step up and to kind of lay your life out on the line with the, not glorifying it, but with the thought of, hey, let's stop the violence. There's no question about that. There's anyone who wears the uniform I wear or out in the community or whatever the case may be, and I'm sure even the men here behind the walls, they have to respect that. So I give you that.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.